So we're going to be talking about this override workflow, which it's very different from other samplers. I don't think I've ever worked with a sampler that works this way, and that is a very specific thing to the SP1200, the 2400. It's definitely a superpower. Depends on how you look at it, because if you're coming from an MPC like me, this way at first it hits you like, no way, I'm not going to work with this. It's not a common feature to see around in samplers, and after you work with it for some time, you understand how actually powerful this is. So I feel like this is the superpower of this machine, the override system. So how does it work? I've recorded something into the sequence right here. Right now I have that sample right here, but I've changed it. But if you notice, if I go back to that previous sequence, it's not changed like I have it right here. So why doesn't it change? Because the SP or the S2400, their system is based off of this overriding system. So you record something into the sequence, and that's basically like automation. The way that the sample, the state of the pad, whatever settings it has, gets recorded into the sequence. Because I've recorded the state of the pad into the sequence, whatever I do to the pad afterwards doesn't change the sound that's recorded in the sequence. You have to override that. So let me record something into this track right here, or this pattern. I got the drums, I'm just going to record this, right? So I've recorded that, right? Now I'm going to change the pitch of the sample. But notice that whatever's recorded in doesn't change. Right? So that pitch that I recorded into the sequence stays there. So you can definitely change it, and that's how you now use override. So you just go here to this button, and if you want to come out of that and keep what was in the sequence recorded into the pattern, just go out of override. Goes back to that original state. So what's happening is that I've recorded something into the sequence, or into the pattern, I'm sorry, my MPC ways. So I recorded that pitch into the track, it stays recorded with that pitch. I can override it, but I can also change the pattern to whatever I want now without affecting that sequence, or affecting the pattern. So it's fun because of this as well, because you can record you don't need to go into multi-mode if you don't want to have different pitches. I could have done just this. I recorded a pitch into the track, and then I can just change the pitch right after and find another pitch that I like and test different pitches straight from here. So I think this is a superpower, because what I've recorded now into this pattern stays recorded, and what I had recorded into this other pattern is still there. Right? And let's say I want to copy this pattern into another one, and go copy to 6. Let's go to 6. And right now I'm going to change my drums. All right, I got the override turned on, but to make this official, I gotta, if I'm not mistaken, just do this. Pattern modified, and whatever this new setting I just did on the pad, I'm now overriding the state of the recorded pad in the sequence. I can test it by doing this override option. So I have the A button turned on, and now I'm testing the new way of listening to that sample in the pattern, okay? And then if I want to stick to it, I'll say yes, modify the pattern. And right now, and the other patterns stay the same. So imagine the possibilities of it. I just have 4 pads here, right? Imagine the possibilities now of going into new tracks and using that same sample to using however you want, and pitch it, filter it, whatever you want to do to it, slice it in a different way, because you can also change the start point of that pad. So I'm going to go into slice. I'm going to go into that screen to see the waveform, and I'm going to change that start point. Right? Now it's at a different start point. Now I can record this new start point from the same pad into a different pattern. I like that. So that's a different start point. So I've effectively now recorded at a different start point on that pad. So it's great that you don't have to be copying pads for a new state of that pad. Okay? It might get a little weird after you've recorded a lot of different sequences with that pad, and they always have different start points and different filter points and all of that. So that's really what I wanted to talk about the machine today, is this superpower of the override. And first time that you see it, you're like, man, why did they do this way? But after you work with it for some time, you understand how actually powerful this override system is. I really like it. So right now, how many patterns do I have? That one. And of course, you can always go back into. So the only thing that I feel is kind of bad about this is that how would you know what state where you left the start point on that other track, on that other pattern that you recorded? Like, how will you know where is the start point? Maybe you can see it on the sequencer, maybe there's a way to see it, but I'm thinking I just want to adjust a little bit of that start point on that pattern that I recorded. Can you do that? I don't know. I haven't dug deep into this. So yeah, all from just 4 pads. So, I don't need to be recording, copying pads around and just having a bunch of pads with the same sample, but with different states. And also you can be doing crazy stuff like you got your sequences, right? You can be doing things like this. You can also do crazy stuff like that for live performance, change all the settings into something different and then just go back to the original state that way. So, you can take this system of override and explore it in different ways as well. So it's kind of funny. I like this. And it's a different way from working with the MPC, and I like that. Okay, thank you so much. If you got ideas about this S2400, let me know. Put it down in the comment section. Tell me more about, because I like some of you guys are pitching in ideas about the S2400, and that's been helping me to, understand the machine a bit better and see how I can use it to make music. So if you got ideas about how to use it, things that you love about it, put it down in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.